Certainly, let's review our discussion from today, February 4th, 2024, focusing on the key points and insights covered in our conversation. Our discussion revolved around several interconnected themes: truth and honesty in personal development, giving and receiving validation, and the nuances of workplace interactions, particularly in the context of maintaining positive behavior streaks and how these are perceived and addressed. Truth and honesty in personal development. We discussed the importance of truth and honesty as foundational elements in personal growth, emphasizing self reflection, education, practicing transparency, and setting boundaries were highlighted as ways to become a more honest person aligned with the truth. We also explored the challenges of expecting honesty from others and how to handle situations where others may not share the same commitment to truthfulness. Strategies for dealing with dishonesty included direct communication, seeking understanding, and modeling forgiveness, all underpinned by the recognition that one's control over truthfulness primarily lies within oneself. The power of validation. We delved into the practice of giving genuine validation as a means to recognize and affirm the value of others. This discussion covered practical exercises and tips for observing positive behaviors, offering specific compliments, and using active listening to identify validation opportunities. The conversation underscored the importance of starting small, integrating validation into daily routines, and being patient with oneself while developing this skill. The broader impact of consistently offering validation was highlighted as creating a positive feedback loop that enhances relationships, fosters a supportive environment, and encourages personal and professional growth. Workplace dynamics and recognition. A significant portion of our conversation focused on a hypothetical scenario involving a worker who had made a considerable effort to change a negative behavior, e.g., tardiness or complaining, and successfully maintained a positive streak for 200 days. We examined the implications of the worker's single lapse being disproportionately emphasized by a manager, overlooking the worker's long period of improvement. This led to a discussion about the importance of context, acknowledgement of effort, and constructive communication in the workplace. Strategies for both the worker and the manager were proposed to ensure that feedback is fair, motivational, and leads to continuous improvement rather than discouragement. Key takeaways: personal growth through honesty. Developing honesty and truthfulness is a personal journey that impacts not only oneself, but also how one interacts with and influences others. Validation as a catalyst for positive change. Giving and receiving validation can significantly enhance motivation, self-esteem, and interpersonal relationships. Navigating workplace interactions. The scenario highlighted the importance of recognizing efforts, avoiding generalizations based on isolated incidents, and fostering a culture that values constructive feedback and open communication. Conclusion. Our discussion emphasized the intertwined nature of truth, validation, and effective communication in fostering personal growth and creating positive environments, whether in personal settings or the workplace. By committing to these principles, one can navigate challenges more effectively, inspire change in others, and contribute to a culture of respect, understanding, and continuous improvement. Certainly, transforming old mindsets into new, more constructive ones is crucial for personal growth and effective communication. Below, I'll outline several examples of how one might shift from an old mindset to a new mindset, including dialogue examples with others and strategies for reframing situations internally. 1. From fixed to growth mindset. Old mindset: I'm just not good at this, I'll never improve. New mindset: every skill is learnable, I can improve with practice and effort. Dialogue example: old: I can't present in front of the team, I'm terrible at public speaking. New: public speaking is challenging for me, but I'm working on it. Can you give me feedback on my presentation skills? Reframing for inner voice. Instead of telling yourself you're inherently bad at something, remind yourself of times you've learned new skills successfully. I learned skill before, I can learn this too. 2. From avoiding feedback to seeking growth through feedback. Old mindset: Feedback is a criticism of me personally. It's best avoided. New mindset. Feedback is about my actions, not my worth. It's valuable for growth. Dialogue example old, I don't want to hear what I did wrong. It's demotivating. New, I appreciate your feedback. Understanding where I can improve helps me grow. Can we discuss how I might address these areas? Reframing for inner voice. When receiving feedback, instead of internalizing it as a personal flaw, frame it as an opportunity. This feedback is a tool to help me excel. 3. From seeing mistakes as failures to viewing them as learning opportunities. Old mindset, making a mistake I failed. It's embarrassing. New mindset, every mistake is a learning opportunity. What can I learn from this? Dialogue example. Old, I messed up on the project. I feel like certainly transforming old mindsets into new, more constructive ones is crucial for personal growth and effective communication. Below, I'll outline several examples of how one might shift from an old mindset, working on it, to Harder 2. From avoiding feedback to seeking growth through feedback. Old mindset. Feedback is a criticism of me personally. It's best avoided. New mindset. Feedback is about my actions, not my worth. It's valuable for growth. Dialogue example. Old. I don't want to hear what I did wrong. It's demotivating. New. I appreciate your feedback. Understanding where I can improve helps me grow. Can we discuss how I might address these areas? Reframing for inner voice. When receiving feedback, instead of internalizing it as a personal flaw, frame it as an opportunity. This feedback is a tool to help me excel. 3. From seeing mistakes as failures to viewing them as learning opportunities. Old mindset, making a mistake means I failed. It's embarrassing. New mindset, every mistake is a learning opportunity. What can I learn from this? Old, I messed up on the project. I feel like quitting. New, the project didn't go as planned, and I've identified a few key areas for improvement. Let's discuss how we can tackle this moving forward. Reframing for inner voice. Shift from self-criticism to curiosity when mistakes happen. This was unexpected. What can it teach me? 4. From withholding validation to freely giving recognition. Old mindset, people should just do their jobs without needing praise. New mindset, giving validation can motivate and uplift others. Dialogue example, old, silence, even when noticing a job well done. I noticed how you handled that situation with great patience and skill. Your approach really made a difference. Great job. Reframing for inner voice. Instead of underestimating the value of acknowledgement, remind yourself of the power of positive reinforcement. Recognition boosts morale and encourages more of the same good behavior. Nanner 5. From avoiding challenges to embracing them for growth. Old mindset. This is too hard. Avoiding it is easier. New mindset. Challenges are opportunities to grow and learn. Dialogue example, old, I don't think I should take on this project. It's beyond my current skills. New, this project is going to stretch me, and I'll need to learn as I go. I'm up for the challenge and excited to grow. Reframing for inner voice. When faced with a daunting task, shift from avoidance to enthusiasm. This is my chance to push my limits and expand my abilities. Conclusion. These mindset shifts and examples illustrate the power of reframing thoughts and dialogues, both internally and with others, to foster a more positive, growth-oriented approach to life and work. By consciously practicing these new mindsets, you can transform challenges into opportunities, foster better relationships, and drive personal and professional growth.